You scared?
Oh shit!
Oh.
Too burnt for this.
And you are sitting on 22s with the Sleaze Mob. It is 9:22 p.m. We started at 9:22 p.m. That's crazy. I just looked at the clock and that's what it was. That's crazy.
Sitting on 22s with the Sleaze Mob and Baby Burns. Rest in peace to him. You dig what I'm saying?
Absolutely. In tribute, we'll go ahead and play this to kick us off.
I woke up this morning mortified. Hey, these niggas be drinking daiquiris. I ain't going like that. This nigga. Then you swirl all the way to the bottom. So every scoop is different. The shit is insane. You have enough money for gas later. Shit. I am the only one that pays for gas around this bitch. Fuck you, nigga.
All right. So like I said before, we are live and you are sitting on 22s with the Sleaze Mob. I am Suttin Def and I'm with my guys.
Yeah, I love my guy.
Episode 3. We thank you guys for, watching this far in. If you've watched all 3 episodes, if this is your 3rd time listening or watching the Sitting on 22, shout out to you because you're loyal and you know what's going on.
Man,
you have good taste. Exactly. You are a trooper. That's one thing because we are still going through, a little bit of growing pains and trying to figure this thing out, but that's how it goes. You got to lay the groundwork first. Like I said, my name is Suttin Def. I'm going to let these guys go ahead and introduce themselves in order here, guys. So we're going to get this right this time. So we're going to go to Austin first, down, and then over. And that's how we're going to do it. When I say in order, is basically whoever's to my right and then around.
So
clockwise. Clockwise, yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. So Austin, go ahead.
Yeah, it's Austin, aka Shire, aka Raging Cajun, aka La Flama Blanca.
Hey, and it's Baby Gab Mitch, aka Mitch is Strange, aka Young 40 Shorty, aka I ain't got one on me right now, but I had one on me the other day, aka Nephew Conrad, and I can con you, but you can't Conrad.
It's your boy Slim Jenkins, aka Lord Broadus, and Grandpa Giles, and a new one, Pablo Espresso Bar.
Yes, sir.
give that one to Austin.
Pablo Espresso Bar.
I called him a Hispanic hipster.
I love that. I love that. Slim, what kind of shirt are you wearing right now? I'm curious.
This is a fucking Mystic shirt.
I asked him the same thing. We was just on FaceTime and it looked hard, don't it? Until you tell you what it is, then you're like, oh.
Hey, this one for the free ski.
I support it.
Thank you. They just won a chip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, come on.
Oh, they did win the chip. That's right. They did win the chip.
And you know what's crazy? Nobody. We barely remembered that though.
That's the whole team. Come on now. What DC? I mean, actually not. Fucking the Caps and the Nats have won recently too.
Yeah, nigga, the Nats just won last year.
Yeah,
that's out to them. Big games. We went to big games last year. Hey, matter of fact, Slim, didn't we go to a game last year?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, Ski. Hey, we need to go. That need to be a move for the Sleaze Mob baseball games because them is more fun than the football and the basketball shits for real.
More better.
Yeah, more room for opportunity at the baseball games.
Way more
like games and stuff like that. Like, bro, DC sports, like full disclosure, all of us here on Sitting on 22s, we are in the DMV metropolitan area. DC sports, like we said, the Mystics, the Caps, the Nats have all won recently. The Wizards, which Mitch here is rocking on his headband. I'm sure you probably forgot about that, but
damn.
The Wizards, you know what I'm saying? They haven't won nothing in a while.
All right, come on.
And neither have the Redskins. Mitch is all.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
He's a Redskins fan. He's a Wizards fan. Poverty-stricken franchises. I feel sorry.
Capitalism. Boom.
Impoverished.
Yeah, I didn't know I walked into an ambush. You see, this is what I was told as a man. You are a fan of the team where you reside. Okay, so I'm gonna be with the I'm gonna be a Redskins fan. I'm gonna be a Wizards fan to the day I die. You lame ass niggas. This nigga Izzy is a Philadelphia 76ers fan.
Yes,
Nigga been to
sir.
Philly twice. Corny ass nigga. Austin's a Celtics fan. Okay, respect. I mean,
I'm
that's
white, so it's
prestigious. You're white. You know, whatever. And Slim, I don't even. This nigga like the Hawks at one point. This nigga like the Pistons at one point. I never know what he likes. The Pistons ain't your favorite team?
Pistons and WizKids. I'll give you Pistons, not the Hawks.
Okay, it doesn't matter. You're still weird. So let me tell you something. You go respect niggas. You go respect that team when you talking to me. You respect the Redskins and you respect the Wizards because nigga, we was born and raised here. You corny ass nigga. And I'm not trying to be ambushed. We're not gonna talk about sports and analytics right now because I know it's been a drought. Austin.
Yeah.
I'll have you know. No, go ahead. Give
No,
give
I was
me your
gonna say he was talking about the Pistons, and I saw Chauncey Billups is the only player to have a winning record against LeBron, MJ, and Kobe. Like,
Wow.
Hey, Chauncey Billups is the dog.
like no negative record. He was like 6-4 against Michael, and then like 27 and like 24 versus like LeBron, and
Oh, that's cute.
another like in the 20s, but winning against Kobe too.
But how much does really Chauncey Billups have to do with that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
is that
I'm
him?
just saying.
Because
Yeah,
I mean,
that was-
you could pull a lot of like stats like that out of your ass for a lot of different players who you probably never even heard of before, who have like really good records against LeBron and Kobe just because they happen to be in the right place at the right time.
Antonio McDice. Remember that guy, Antonio McDice? Slim, you a Pistons fan. You supposed to know Antonio McDice.
That's your favorite player? Where'd you just pull him out of?
Nigga, he just came to my
He put him out
mind.
of 2K,
Nigga.
my team. That's what he did.
Out of my team. Oh, I got the silver Antonio McDice card. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, Mitch, you know what I noticed?
You know it. What am I wearing?
First of all,
What am I wearing? I'm wearing that black and red Olur shirt. You can go get that at olurclothing.com.
Clothing.com.
And you know, Izzy, I was thinking about doing another .com squared. I was thinking about us doing another giveaway soon. And by soon, I mean, you know, maybe this weekend. And maybe not as many last time. We got carried away. Maybe like 2 things. maybe do a solid 2. Yeah, definitely hit the pockets a little bit. But you know, like niggas should do another one soon. We haven't done one in about a month and a half or so.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm wearing that illustrious black and red t-shirt. Go cop. We got a lot of stuff coming out. Izzy, didn't you drop something?
No, bro. Look, so look. It was supposed to be new drops coming today. I was working on them on my computer, and for some reason, my Adobe Illustrator just kept crashing over and over and over again. I was like, it just doesn't want me to be great. It does not want me to put out, you know, this fire so soon. So I guess I gotta wait on it just a little bit, you know. But speaking of computers, Mitch, you look good tonight.
I appreciate that.
Compared to last week, you was looking bad. Was looking rough. But let us know why there's such an improvement in the quality tonight.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. As a man, when you say you gonna do something, you do it. You feel what I'm saying? How many niggas y'all know? Count them on one hand, 2 hands. How many hands you got? How many niggas y'all know be like, I'm gonna go get a Mac. Then next time you see them, they got a Mac in their hand. Nigga, let me talk about it real quick. Let me pop my shit real quick, mob. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you. I said on Wednesday when we did this last week, a week from today, I said I'm gonna go get a Mac in the last podcast. What did I turn around and do? Got a Mac. You looking at me right now you looking at me on the broadband. You looking at me on the bandwidth. I look better. I feel better. I feel clean now. I feel like Slim. And when you're feeling like Slim, you know life is good. When you're feeling like Slim, you know you go get some hoes. You know everything is coming your way. God is on your side when you feel like Slim. So shouts out to Slim and shouts out to this Mac. And yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now.
My man went out caught the MacBook Pro.
Niggas, these niggas be doing the air, nigga. No air. no air.
Bro.
Nigga,
Can't do the air.
I'm going straight to the pro. I ain't going to college. I ain't doing the collegiate, nigga. We going straight pro from high school to the league, nigga. You know what I'm talking about?
Kobe shit, Bron shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, Kobe didn't go to college. No.
Yeah.
Somebody went to college. One of those Hall of Famers went to college. I can't remember which one it was besides Michael Jordan. But that's besides the point. I want to go ahead and get into our first topic of the night. We may get into some sports stuff later. We may not. Who knows? That's just how we do on Sittin' on 22s. You never know what you're gonna get. But you are going to get this first topic from us. You are going to get this first topic from us. We want to talk about, well, I brought this up in the group chat earlier this week. I don't know if these guys really care about it, but we're going to find out. Doja Cat, let's talk about it. The past week, she has become the latest celebrity to get quote unquote canceled by the internet because of things that she has said in her past life. Not her past life, but in the past in her life. So back in like 2015, she was in high school, which is crazy to me when I found that out, because like all of us here on Sittin' on 22s, full disclosure, we are like mid-20s. So we were not in high school in 2015. We were in college. So just to think that somebody as big as Doja Cat is now was like, think about it. She was like one of those like, remember, y'all know back when we were like what, juniors in college. And like there were all like the young girls coming in and stuff like that. She was one of them girls. Put it in perspective like that, right? So she was in high school and we were in college. And basically when she was in high school, she was a totally different person than she portrays herself to be today. By that, I mean that she was very in tune with racism and racist people. So, for example, like back in the day, back when in her high school days, she used to be in like chat rooms and stuff like that. Chat rooms that were dedicated to, racist people that would just kind of like get together and kind of talk shit about other races. White people would get together. And just so you guys know, those of you guys who don't know, Doja Cat is like a huge pop artist now. She's kind of new on the scene and she's mixed. That's what she is racially. She's mixed. Her dad is black. Her dad, who notably was not in her life, and then her mom is white. So basically, she's tweeted a bunch of things back in the day about how, saying the N-word and basically like being with that sort of stuff. So my question to you guys is, do you think that these celebrities, especially like ones that are young, because these people now are like getting to be younger than us, do you think that they should be judged for the things that they put out there on social media, no matter what it is, no matter if it's racism, homophobia, that sort of stuff? Do you think that people should bring it back up, like now that they're actually, making money? Because before, nobody cared about these people. Nobody cared about Doja Cat back in 2015 when she was saying that stuff. So do you guys think that, I'm going to start with Slim. Do you guys think that, is that right in 2020? Should we be canceling people for every other thing that they say?
I mean, definitely no, because well, to a certain degree, because everyone deserves a second chance in life. Like, even if you did some fucked up things, like, as long as you learn your lesson, I don't think that people should be canceled just outright. You know what I'm saying? Or if you try to show some improvement, or if you do show some improvement, I don't think you should be canceled outright. But with that being said, I heard Doja Cat was in some chat rooms like recently, like up to like 2 weeks ago type shit. Like, really, she was like still fucking with the racist niggas. But that could be.
I mean, that would change things, right?
I mean, I don't know. I just don't fuck with Doja Cat to begin with. Like, I don't really care for her. She got a fat ass. I mean, that's all I know about her for real.
Wait, you don't like any of her music?
I don't care for it. No, I don't go out of my way to listen to Doja Cat.
You didn't move your head when you heard "Say So"? Not at all.
You niggas,
A little bit.
You niggas, man.
That's Nicki Minaj.
I loved it. Yes,
I know you loved it. I know you loved it.
Yeah.
Don't care for it.
Great record.
I don't even think I heard it all the way through. Y'all niggas different, man.
He said great record.
Great record. Amazing record.
nigga gave us some spins, bro. Get that out of here.
On, bro.
What?
Hey,
the funniest thing.
The funniest.
This nigga grabbing the mic, young.
This nigga just turned into Tyrese. Let me tell you something. This is what I like about Doja Cat. Okay, the funniest thing about Doja Cat is when she was like, "Look, if y'all stream this however many times, I'm gonna show you my tits." And there was this video of this nigga like playing it on all the iPhones in the Verizon store. Yo, and that shit made me laugh out loud, dog, because it's so true. It's like, that's all it takes. All right, bet it.
Her trolling is probably her best like feature. Like that's the best thing she has going for her. It's her trolling shit.
So that's another thing, right? Like that's another thing, right? My bad to cut you off real quick, Mitch. But like she is a younger, you know, she's not even a millennial. She's like definitely Gen Z or whatever,
Yeah,
you know,
Gen
they
Z.
call it. Yeah.
She younger than us?
Yes. Bro, she was in high school in 2015. I just said that.
We are old.
She getting paid though. Shouts to her.
Yeah, but like she comes from like this kind of like troll culture, right? Like the younger generation nowadays, all they know is troll. So it's like, can you really blame her at such a young age that she was at for saying the things that she said? They were racist things. She was hanging out with racist people. Oh, she's dating a white guy right now that looks like the guy who shot Drake on Degrassi. You know?
Yeah, I seen the picture.
Exactly.
I thought it was her. I thought it was that nigga.
I thought it was him too. Honestly,
You sure it's not that nigga?
I don't know. It could be. It honestly could be, bro. I do not know, bro.
Bro,
But
she
yeah.
did that last week though. That's what Shannon just said that she said she did that shit last week, and she did just do that shit last week. She was just on one of them little chats or whatever, them back page shits, and she was being racist. She said something about she said the N word with the hard R. You dig what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. All this, you know, especially with this whole George Floyd thing going on. Rest in peace to George Floyd. I think, you know, we gotta cancel her, bro. Like you gotta go. You know, hey, come on. Look, that's like one of us getting on here right now and saying, "Oh, I hate black people." I want all white Janes. When we say stuff like that, we joking on Twitter, but like we don't really mean it. When I hear Doja Cat say that, like I've never said like I hate black people, or you know, I've never said the N word with the hard R like in a malicious way. I feel like when she does it, she's being malicious. Like, because I mean, we can all agree it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, like the hard R. We do it amongst ourselves. It's funny. But
I don't think cancel culture is strong enough to really cancel her like outright. You know what I'm saying?
She's gonna put out a catchy song and she's gonna like shake her ass some more and everyone's gonna forget. That's what happened.
I mean,
bro.
that's all it takes. Because she do that tomorrow. I'm like, okay. I mean,
Izzy, what are you dying about?
it's like, okay,
bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. You guys are talking about Twitter, and it just reminded me of something like totally different, like that Mitch had put in our group chat DM like a couple of days ago. But I just want to divert to this real quick. I remember it was a couple of days ago. I was at work. I look in our little Twitter group chat that we have, and Mitch puts in a video. He's like, "Okay, hear me out." The video is of like some dude like punching an old man repeatedly, and Mitch is like, "Hear me out. This is funny as hell."
Nah, this shit was funny.
It was like the video reporting the guy like he beats this old man like
young.
That shit was fucked up.
He was giving him shots.
He was just teeing off on him. Like he was just realized
he was looking around. He looked at the camera and then kept doing it. Like,
but the fact that he recorded it, he's a fool, bro.
Oh god, yo, you know what's so funny about that Jane fool?
he looks like the cousin to the Paul guy.
He was giving him full blows to the head.
Look just like him.
He was giving him full blows to the head, fool.
He said, "Bink, bink."
He said, "Mop, mop,
Yo,
mop."
why?
Look at that.
He was beating that nigga like a grown man. Like he was beating him like he was like
He was laying on the bed with his arms just out like this.
like it's like, oh man, do something. Bob Lee.
Fight back. Rope it up.
Oh, Bob
This nigga said, "How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man?"
That nigga was just sitting there, just getting whopped. Like,
I don't know.
bro.
I don't know what that was about, bro. I really
you see
do
some crazy
not.
shit on Twitter sometimes.
You really do see some crazy shit
Yes.
on Twitter, which is wild. But oh my god,
Oh man, you got me sweating, dog.
Like
That's
shit was
funny.
I was at work when I saw that, and I was like, "Mitch, what the hell is this?" And then Austin was just like, "What?"
Yeah, he didn't see it was funny. I thought that shit was funny as hell, bro.
No, because when I saw that shit on Twitter on my timeline, I was immediately like, "Oh damn!" Like
this.
I did
is
not
it.
start laughing immediately. That was,
I was like, that shit crazy. That's what I said.
it's like, damn, I'm seeing
This
like
shit is crazy.
some more
It's
like
crazy.
scandalous shit on the TL. Like, damn.
Nah, because
It's crazy.
imagine having one of your grandparents in like the home and they just getting teed off like.
I'm gonna ask him.
I think I would know if I see him.
What did you?
Just like,
What did you do?
What did you do to
mopping
make
the
that?
floors? don't know about
I was
that guy.
just like, damn,
Dude,
what did he
piss
do
that
to
man
make them
off like
niggas that mad?
I mean, that man took out a whole year of frustration out on his head, dog. Like he was getting reps off on that man. Like,
It was it was bad. It's just the fact that like he recorded it. Like, why record something like that? It doesn't even make sense.
Heinous.
Idiot.
Oh, man.
He's an idiot.
Honestly, it was bad, bro. Honestly, but anyways, I think we've talked a little bit about Doja Cat. I wanted to ask like one more question to you guys. So with Doja Cat, and I know Slim, you say you don't like her music, and Austin, do you like Say So, right? You at least like Say So.
I mean, I can't lie. This shit was kind of groovy. Like, especially if you watch the video she did for it. It's like hella 70s themed. Like that, like kind of solidified it. And like, I don't know. There's
They have
definitely
mad
like,
TikToks.
it's like
and
you were
stuff.
saying, it's a hit. It's a record. Is
It's
that
a
my
hit.
like? Am I a pop fan? No, not really. But like, I can recognize that like that's a good song. Like, and it's definitely catchy.
Yeah, definitely very, very catchy.
So much
My
that she
thing
got
is-
Nicki Minaj on it, right?
She did get Nicki Minaj on it, and I hope that I hope that honestly she can recover from this, because I feel like people do make mistakes, especially like when they're in their younger days, especially with her being Gen Z and all that. Like I said, like, bro, they come from this troll culture sort of like thing where it's like you can't really blame them for like what they do in their adolescence. But my question to you guys is, do you guys think that like she can recover from this sort of thing, or is she like another artist that is just going to be like 15 minutes of fame? She had her one big song, some shit happened, and now nobody really talks about her. And the reference that I like, somebody comparable that I have here is I don't know how much you guys follow or know about artist Daniel Caesar. Daniel
Oh, you
Caesar.
gotta get him out of here. What he said was crazy too.
See,
I think if you go cancel one, you gotta cancel the other. Bro, you gotta cancel the other.
I feel that. So it's like Daniel Caesar pretty much got canceled ever since he said the stuff that he said. You know, he was basically like he was being an apologist for racism in some sort of way, and people canceled him for that. We really haven't heard much about him since. His last album pretty much flopped completely. So do you think that like Doja Cat is headed down that same path, or like what?
Maybe. You know what I'm saying? I think we've given her a lot of chances. She said a lot of wild stuff when you really think about it. Like last year, I think she said something about like she only dates black men. I mean, white men. That was like a year or two ago. She said something like that, and now we catch her from 2015, and now she did something wild last week. It's like, all right, how many chances is we gonna give Shorty? Like, you gotta go.
Yeah, I think the recency thing is definitely like plays the key on it, because like there's been a lot of people that have had like some crazy shit on their Twitter, like fucking what's the guy's name? Brother Nature had some crazy shit on his Twitter, like when he was in like middle school or some shit. People tried to come out for him. He went and apologized. I don't know if Doja Cat has apologized for her, but if she did that shit like recently, that's you can't really come back from that. That's like, I don't know. I feel like it's almost like you should have known at that point. You can't play the like, oh, I'm a dumb kid, like I don't know what's going on kind of shit. Like you did that shit last week,
right?
I mean, did Daniel Caesar really get canceled, or is he just not that good of an artist? Like,
oh, Daniel Caesar's a great artist.
I think he's a good artist.
He got canceled. Like people really do not speak of his name anymore.
That's because that nigga said something about like, didn't he say something like about the police brutality or something like that? Like he said something real out of pocket, kind of like what Doja Cat did. You dig what I'm saying? So I mean, I can't remember what he said, but he said something about something like he doesn't, kind of like, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay.
Yeah. He said something like that. Like I said,
he was on live or some shit. Right?
Oh, he said, okay, here you go. The title is Daniel Caesar says black people are mean to white people in a drunken rant.
It's on the other side.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta come in.
Black people are mean to white.
I think Doja Cat has a stronger following than Daniel Caesar does.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah,
of course.
The pop fan base is definitely bigger. So
yeah, definitely, it's huge. Like pop music, you can have like a cult following, and Doja Cat, I feel like she already has that. So really, no matter what she does, and this is just my opinion, really, no matter what she does, in my opinion, she's not really actually gonna get canceled, because half of her fans, most of her fans, the majority of her fans don't care. You know, they don't give a damn about what she says about, you know, racism or, you know, black people. If she prefers to date white guys, they don't care about that. You know, they just love Doja Cat for the way she looks, how much confidence she has, and this, you know, how good her music is. So I don't really think she's getting canceled anytime soon. Now, will like the black community and like black Twitter and stuff like that, will they, you know, go to her and kind of like accept her? Probably not. But, you know, it's been proven you don't need that. As long as your music is top in the charts and you look good, then you straight. Look at
She
Katy
got to
Perry.
the top. She got to the top of the charts with Nicki Minaj, and we know a lot of black women do follow Nicki Minaj and Doja Cat. A lot of black women do like Doja Cat too, but I don't think they like her anymore. So I think I think it's. I mean, for us to say it's not going to affect her at all, or like she's still going to be prominent as an artist, I think that's a little. You know, I don't think that's true. I think that she's still going to stay somewhat relevant, but she's not going to be nearly as relevant as she possibly could have been because of this. I think this is definitely going to be like a hump in her journey.
I don't know. I feel like cancel culture is funny. Like some people just get like a pass like all the fucking time, and this could be one of those people. And some people like Daniel Caesar get canceled off bucks. Like they're finicky as shit.
I feel like when you're ugly, I feel like you're very, very susceptible.
That nigga, bro.
You say one wrong thing, you out of there. It's like we already didn't really fuck with you.
They was like, you know, you was already treading on thin ice because you know you're a little weird, and now you talking shit. You gotta go.
Nigga looking kind of funny in the light, cuz
Yeah, you gotta go.
Funny.
That nigga look like a roach. A roach.
They got bro up out of here, dog.
He was defending Jules. This is weird.
Oh yeah, he was.
She apparently has been known to say some like racially insensitive stuff, and then like he was defending her. I guess he was really drunk to be one thing, but like he was like, "Why are we being so mean to Jules?" He's like, "Why are we allowed to be disrespectful and rude to everybody else? And when anybody returns that energy to us, he's like, I don't want to be treated like a tank. Can't take a joke. I don't know."
Yeah, get him up out of here. Don't care for it.
If
this is the part. He said, "White people have been mean to us in the past. Yeah, but what are you going to do about it?" He's like, "Tell me what you're going to do about it. There's no answer other than creating an understanding and keeping it moving." Something about joining the winning team, though. He said that's
what it was. That's what it was.
Oh, are we on top of society? We're not. He's like, you can't win the game by choosing not to accept the winning team's strategy.
Yeah,
I don't know. That doesn't even make sense, though.
Yeah, I don't know what he's getting at.
That was on a roofie, big roofie action. I know what niggas sound like when they off the pookie. Join the winning team. Join the winning team, won't you? Shaka super. Like nigga, get the fuck out of here.
I think that Daniel Caesar, he was very like out of line for like saying like delivering what he said that way. But I do agree with like some of like no. But look. I do agree with like some of like the points that he's making. Like he's talking about like, you know, things like oppression and the way that like the system is and things like that, like referring to black people versus white people and how we've come along as our individual races. And obviously, you know, white people do have the upper hand in let's just say America, for example. That's just America was built off of that, right? And in order to capitalize in a society run off capitalism, you do kind of have to adopt the way that white people have done it. And that way is ownership. You know what I mean? Like going out of your way, and Mitch is making a stupid ass face right now. But listen, like going out of your way, like owning businesses, owning property, like putting yourself in those positions. And I know it gets tricky because sometimes we get slighted and get, you know, knocked out of those positions for things that are out of our control just because of, you know, like the color of our skin and stuff like that. But it is necessary for us to like take that step and kind of like start to do the things that other people have done in the past in order to take over. You know what I mean? Like we can't always be, I'm pretty sure I've talked about this on Twitter before. Like we can't choose to be oppressed. And I know that like black people are oppressed and they have been for a long time, but it's a conscious decision on like trying to get yourself out of that situation. I think that's what Daniel Caesar was referring to anyway. Like I said, his delivery was very off. But the basis of what he's saying, it makes sense when you really, really think about it. If you want to get to point B, you have to leave point A. You have to do something to take yourself from point A to point B. And it's obviously not what people have been doing for the past, couple centuries. And like I said, I know a lot of that has to do with things that are out of our control. But the basis of it is right. It's just going to take some time for it to actually take place.
Yeah, he had almost like a kind of like you're describing like a don't spread hate kind of thing, but like he just worded it wrong.
What did he actually say? Like I didn't get that from what I heard earlier.
Hold on.
Honestly, I hear what y'all are saying, but it's real hard to try and not like be oppressed or whatever when you go to a store and try and write a check and the fucking clerk calls the police on you because it's not going through, and next thing you know, their knee is on your fucking esophagus and you can't breathe, and next thing you know, you're dead. And now look at what's going on, because that shit like that happens all the time. I'm talking about Eric Garner. I'm talking about fucking George Floyd, who just passed away. Niggas, it's hard to say what we can do, but when niggas is doing what I say we should do, we still end up getting killed. We still die. These niggas is good. Niggas ain't done nothing. They ain't had no records, trying to turn their lives around, whatever. And niggas is dying, fool. So it's cool to say stuff like, oh, like, we gotta try harder as a people to not be oppressed. I don't think any of us want to be oppressed. I don't know how much harder we can try to not be oppressed. So I don't agree with Daniel Caesar. I go to work every day. I know all three of you niggas go to work every day, and we try and come home to our families every day. But the sad reality is that there's a heightened chance that three of us on this chat will not come home to our families one day instead of another. And that's a fact. Because of something minuscule, because of something juvenile, because of oppression, and because of how we're looked at as a people. And I know you niggas, like, from the sandbox damn near. And I know that you niggas would never do nothing malicious. But when people from a certain hue of skin look at us, what they go think? You feel what I'm saying? And that's what's wrong. It's not us, it's them. And I'm not saying anything, Austin, I'm not trying to, make you uncomfortable. Please, I hope I'm not.
No.
But I'm calling a spade a spade. And at the end of the day, it's only but so much we can do as a people.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, we have white collar or blue collar jobs. We do what we can do to stay, in the clean and in the green. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we are more at risk to get shot, to get kneeled on, our not being able to breathe, shit like that. That's just more likely to happen to niggas like us. So that's all I'm saying. So no, I don't agree with him, and that's my stance on it.
Yeah. Slim?
Yeah, no, I mean, I just didn't. From what I remember him saying, I didn't pick up that he was making the point that you were making, Izzy. I think that he was just saying that black people were being like too sensitive to like what white people say and shit like that, like trying to defend Yes Jules, trying to get some cheeks, basically. Like, I don't know. I think if he was like a really genuine person, like, and he actually had maybe a business mind, I don't know, dude. Maybe he might have been making the point that you were saying, Izzy, but I don't know. That's not what I got from it.
I mean, yeah, I just don't think that there was. I don't think that there was as much harm in his like message as people really received it. I feel like it was he was drunk and his delivery was way off. Yes, but and I wish Mitch hadn't left us just now. But Mitch said that like it's not us, it's them, referring to like black people versus people that are oppressing them, aka white people. I
think you were almost like feeling what he was trying to say, or like maybe where it was coming from, but he didn't say the right things. And then it's almost like a reflection of how society treats a lot of things, like especially like political. It's like it's very cut and dry. It's very polarizing. Like you can't have one and also be the other. And the same thing stands for exactly what Mitch was just saying. Like you're told to do all these things and this is what's going to happen, and then even when you do those things, like these horrible tragedies are still happening. So it's like at that point, like, you know, push is coming to shove, like you're up against the boulder at that point, you know, like, so you know, it's a tough rope to walk, but like when
It's
push
a
comes
very,
to
it's
shove,
a,
like
yeah.
you can't like try to stay in the middle, like with at least with this kind of thing, like, and it certainly doesn't operate that way.
I just would like, you know, and I don't like I said, I'm gonna say this for the millionth time. I do not agree with the way that Daniel Caesar like delivered his take and the way that he said anything. It came off as very insensitive and very stupid. But like if you really think about and like dive deep into what he was saying, he was basically saying that like we have a choice, you know. And at the end of the day, we do. We're always going to have a choice. You can either lay down and die, or you can stand up and do something. You know, you can try. You can put your best foot forward. And that's what, you know, we've been trying to do. That's what we're doing right now, right here. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to capitalize off of something. We're trying to make something out of nothing. You know what I mean? And like, that's kind of like in the deepest form, kind of like the message that I got from it. Not the whole like, oh, stop being mean to white people, this and that. Like, no, like forget about that. But like, just put yourself in a position. Basically, put yourself in a position to succeed. Put yourself in a position to be the best that you can be. And if somebody, you know, cuts you down because of the color of your skin, don't let yourself get down, because listen, this world is full of evil. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to pick yourself back up a million times and just keep moving forward. You know, you can't just get knocked down and complain about getting knocked down, then get back up and get knocked down again and complain some more. You have to keep going, you know. And that's my message. I don't know if that was necessarily what Daniel Caesar was saying, but what I'm saying, Sutton Def, I'm saying that you do have a choice. You do have a choice. And sometimes that choice, unfortunately, is taken away from us. You know, rest in peace, George Floyd. Rest in peace, Eric Garner. Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin. Rest in peace, all those guys, all those people, you know, that their lives were wrongfully taken. You know, but do something for them. You know what I mean? Like, advance, do something good. So that I think that was the message that I took from it, at least, or that I sprung my own idea off of it. And maybe Daniel Caesar wasn't talking about anything that what I'm talking about. Maybe he was just being retarded, but I don't know.
I think that's a fine take to have. And like, I think like, at least the way you think and talk about things, you always try to see the bigger picture, but like, you can't expect everyone to operate that way. Like, I think one of the biggest disconnects from me and like understanding like how that feels is that like, I've never been in that situation. Like, I've been try to be a pretty forgiving person, but like I don't know what that feels like. And like, what if that's a strong enough feeling to where you can't forgive someone who does some sort of racially motivated phrase or action? Who knows? But like, it's very, I guess, easier said than done, right? Like, we always expect people to be the bigger person, but like, it doesn't necessarily work like that. Like, I mean, emotions take over so much, but they have every right to feel that way, because, you know, people, even if you're following the rules, these horrible things are still happening. So it's like, you know, you almost got the end of that rope. Like, you can't, I don't know, you can't expect someone to immediately try to be the bigger person in that situation.
So I just want to make this a little bit more personal for the audience, whoever's going to watch this. You know, Sleaze Mob is a group of black guys with one white guy, right? So Austin, I just want you to take a second and I want you to tell us, how does it feel to not only be in a group full of African American males, but to kind of have you ever felt like uncomfortable around us, or have you ever felt like out of the loop? Like, have we ever made you feel like a certain way, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever, like, just tell us what it's like from your perspective.
I mean, nothing like racially, like I don't know, like I felt like dissed in some way, shape, or form. I might not have got something that was like you grew up with what I didn't, like something completely like like you might have grown up with this, like we were talking about with religion, like you grew up with a different lifestyle than I did, but like I don't know, I never felt that way. And like I don't know, I had hate to pull that like same phrase, but like I had black friends in high school, but I did have like a few good black friends in high school that, you know, I don't know, like it's just some I didn't even think about it. Like we vibed and we talked about the same stuff, we laughed at the same stuff, and we liked the same stuff. So like as far as I was concerned, like that's what being a friend is. And like I never got any kind of like thing like that from my parents. Like that's it. Honestly, never like I don't know. You guys never made me feel uncomfortable in any kind of way. Like, you know, I don't know.
Right, because I was
That's why I'm
talking
still
to
here.
my nigga, and I was talking to Dan, Fat Dan, Cool Disco Dan. Shouts out to him. He asked me what he was talking about on the podcast today, and I told him. And he told me, he was like, Austin's an albino. Like he's one of the blackest white guys I've ever like seen.
Well, it's like,
Like-
no, so hold on. Before you like, I see that all the time. Like you got grocery bags under your sink. That's just being smart. Okay. Like I got grocery bags under my sink. Like, you know, growing up black, I did this. And like, honestly, I've probably done half to 75% of those things. I mean, maybe my parents are from the South. Maybe that's, I don't know. But like, I don't know. That goes back to like this like polarizing effect that like, you know, that hate breeds. And it's, I guess it's kind of natural, but like, I don't know. Like, and then even when we did that, I don't know if it was a radio show, I guess. Like, I don't know. We were talking about some sort of probably honestly another like shooting or something. Unfortunately enough, but like somebody said something about like white people, and then the guy looked at me and was like, "Well, not you. You're black." It's like you can say that, but like at the end of the day, like I'm not.
You're white. Yeah, right.
Like I'm what I mean. And I hate to try to like glorify myself, but like this is how you should act. Like you know, be nice to others, and you know, do unto others if they would do to you, or wherever that phrase goes. Like, just be nice to people. Like,
and that's why you are one of the coolest motherfuckers I've ever met, bro. And I do salute to you because you've never made me feel out of place. And even when I come around your family has cooked for me. And, you know, me, a black kid coming from a not so good neighborhood, some shit that you relate to, I just don't know about. But y'all never made me feel out of place or whatever. So shouts out to you. Shouts out to your people. And I appreciate you inviting me to the Christmas party. Please continue to invite me to the Christmas party.
The one that I was.
I forgot about Izzy. I'm sorry. Sorry, Izzy.
Yeah, next time all three of us are going to be there. So I appreciate that. But
podcast
I just
crib for sure.
That's a great idea. But I just wanted to take this moment since we were talking about Doja Cat initially, and we kind of like segued it off.
Wait, I never even met Dan in person. What did he say?
He said you're albino. Yeah, I mean, you're a groovy white boy, man. I tell you. I mean, me and you relate on things that I relate to niggas with. You dig what I'm saying? So I rock with you, bro. You my nigga. I mean, even if you didn't, you'd still be cool. But I'm just saying that's an added plus. But I'm just gonna say, since we was talking about Doja Cat, I just wanted to segue into our next little segment. Def, if that's cool with you.
Absolutely.
I'm going to take the word cat for RG Bargy. RG Bargy. And for those of you who are not familiar with this segment, this is a little segment that we started on episode 2, which was last episode, because this is episode 3. Where I'm going to go on Twitter and I'm going to look and see what all of us have said about a specific word. This week's word is Doja Cat. Not Doja Cat. This week's word is cat. And let's see. So the first one is with the word cat. But, and I quote, "But I'm drunk as a polecat." End quote.
It's probably not I.
It's probably me.
Not me.
It is you, Austin. That's hilarious. You
tweeted
tweeted this. Well, yeah.
When did I tweet it? When did I tweet that?
Tweeted this November 24th, 2016. And why did you say that?
I mean, I don't remember tweeting that, to be honest with you, but I know none of y'all have ever said the word polecat.
I don't even know what that is. That's what I was like.
No, so my family's from Louisiana, and my grandfather on my mom's side, they're the Cajun side. They're like they speak Cajun French, which is like if a Cajun French person was trying to talk to a real French person, like they really couldn't communicate. It's like hillbilly French, right? And he would always say like polecat meant skunk, and my mom still says it to this day. So like if somebody hits a skunk on the side of the road, you know how it like fucking stinks. Like like rolling down the road and you smell that shit, and they'd be like, "Oh, somebody hit a pole cat." You know, like that's. What
I'm
they would
drunk
say.
as a polecat. I'm gonna start saying that. That's groovy, boy. I tell you.
And I don't know if it. I don't know why it's called a polecat. Maybe it's because it's like the stripe down their back. You know, I don't know.
That
But
probably makes sense.
polecat.
That's a cool term, though. So next I have, and I quote, "Put the cat in the casket." End quote.
That's Slim for sure.
I have no clue. If that's me, I do not remember tweeting that at all.
It's Slimmer
That's
or
Slim
Mitch.
or Mitch. It's one of y'all. It's one of
Put
y'all
the
niggas on
cat
the
in the
bottom.
casket. That is tweeted by @SuddenDeath.
Oh,
Funny as shit. Nigga, what was you
That's
thinking?
crazy. When was this?
On December 18th, 2012. Put the
Oh,
cat.
see, that's why. 2012. Come on,
Yeah,
Chase.
you
I was in high school.
You have to pay for your Twitter crime.
That was Izzy's catchphrase in high school.
Oh, wait.
Just
Say
be
the date again.
walk down the
Say the
hallway.
date again. Say the date again.
December 18th, 2012.
December 18th, 2012. So let me tell you something. Listen, that tweet right there is all cap because I was still a virgin December 2012.
Hey, don't feel bad about that, Death, because I was too, my nigga. I was too.
Oh damn, I
So,
wasn't.
you tweet a bunch of cap shit when you in college. All right. So the next one I have is quote, "Why are people in my curious cats so concerned about my face being sat on? I don't understand, LOL." End quote.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Izzy again. Yeah,
I'm gonna go
For
me
sure.
again. I'm gonna go me again. I feel like I said that.
Definitely.
Let me
Izzy.
tell you something, Mr. Bitches. That was you. That was you. Oh, I wonder how hard it is in life for a bitch to always want to sit on my face.
Listen, I was that kind of guy back early college days. You know, listen.
Nigga, that was not early college days. That was January 25th, 2017. Nigga, that was on the way out. We caught you.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Oh,
nigga.
y'all got me. Yeah, y'all got me.
Bro was on Curious Cat. Late in
Listen,
the
at
game.
this point, 2017 was 3 years ago. You can't hold me accountable for that. Gee,
Yeah, nah, we got you. We got you red-handed.
late in the game.
We got you red-handed.
Dang.
Yeah, that was like prime sleaze mob too. So
I remember
Shame on
saying
you.
that too.
I remember you tweeting that too. Actually, now I think about it.
That's bad.
Cough.
I'm gonna get in trouble for that. Actually,
Yeah, it's all good. We're all having fun. Come on, bail my man's out. And I quote, "I would punt a cat if it was the police."
what?
Wait, what? Wait, what?
What did it say?
No, that's me.
No, let's say I would punt a cat if it was the police.
What?
Okay,
So,
you
So you would hold a cat out and then like drop it and like a couple steps.
Were those lyrics?
No, it was a whole discussion. It was a whole discussion. All right. So
elaborate.
we were talking about. I was talking to somebody about like police dogs and shit like that, and they were saying like, they were talking about police cats, and they're
It
like,
was Izzy. Izzy was talking about police cats.
Police
what?
cat? How do you get them to do anything?
Oh, that was a month ago, right?
Yeah, that tweet was tweeted April 10th, 2020.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
That was like
we were having
yesterday.
that discussion.
and I was like, bro, if a cat was a police, I would punt that joint.
Was a police?
Bro, it's not like I was saying, like, because here's the backstory, right? We were talking about like police dogs and stuff like that, I think, and then I started talking about like, what if the police had like cats? Like, what if I'm not talking about no damn house cat? I'm talking about like a big ass Bengal or a tiger or something like that.
But that's even wilder. That's even more wild than a house cat.
You gonna punt that? You're not punting that, bro.
But
We Joe Exotic in this bitch.
They not taming no fucking tiger. Like, all right, guys, we got a runner on 495.
We got a runner.
Well, it's like using a Bengal tiger though. Like, do you know how much bigger a Bengal tiger is than like a German Shepherd?
That's
like
that's true.
It would
One
Right,
swipe
it
of the
would
paw
not
and your spine is like like
That's what,
like
bruh. If you tell a Bengal or a lion to be like, get that nigga, they're going to get that nigga, and they got that nigga. Like,
They got him. With
There's
this
like a big ass cat like that is gonna turn on the whole squad, bro.
turn
They
on the
got
whole
it.
squad. Niggas.
Can't
Be
trust
like,
it at all. It's
that
not
nigga,
like they don't
bro,
think like
like
fucking.
Dog.
dogs.
All you have
They
to
don't-
do, like, listen, if you really think about it, right? It's 2020. All you have to do is put like some sort of vest on the cat that has some sort of like technology in it where if you hit a button, it can shut down like his nervous system or something like that, and he just can't go anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? Something like
Talking about
that.
a taser.
It's something. You know what I'm saying? Something to
This was what happened.
demobilize.
This was what happened. This
He's
was what
gonna
happened.
fucking
This nigga
paralyze
said
that nigga every day.
Immobilized. This was what
Yeah,
happened.
he's gonna start hating him every single day, and you do it the 30th time, and he snap on you,
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. So this was what happened.
And if he's
and then you lose an arm like that motherfucker in Tiger King.
bro, if you do something like that, the motherfucking cat is gonna charge after the nigga you tell him to charge after, right? He go eat that nigga alive, and then he gonna say, "Damn, that was kind of good. I wonder what this nigga tastes like."
He probably tastes just like that nigga.
You know that like if I died in my house and like nobody found me for like weeks, like after 2 weeks, like your cats start to eat you, like even your regular cats. Like if you're dead
Cats?
as fuck.
I'm honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why anybody, any sane human. I'm sorry, Austin has a cat. Slim's
I got
allergic
two
to cats. So next tweet.
Cats are cool.
Thugs.
At the end of the day,
thugs don't watch cat vids, bruh.
Thugs don't watch
That's
cat
probably you,
videos.
Mitch. That's probably you.
yeah, that sounds like Mitch.
A very
I don't know
Mitch
why I
thing to say.
tweeted that. I don't know why I tweeted that. Thugs don't watch. I mean, that's a fact. How many times have you watched a cat vid?
I have not once.
Never, not one time, right? I've never gone on YouTube and been like, "Cat meow," you know? Okay, next one.
Not
It's
a bit.
it's raining cat tits outside right now.
Not me. Definitely
Sounds
not
like a
me.
white
I'ma
person
go-
would say
I'ma
that,
go
but I
Austin.
don't.
I'm gonna go Austin.
I'm
Did I
gonna
say
go
that?
Austin. I'm gonna go Austin too.
I'm gonna go Austin on that one.
Hold on.
Alright.
I know I didn't say that shit. I better not have said that shit. I'm going Mitch for this one.
Fuck you.
yeah.
At Baby Gap Mitch. August 31, 2015. I was
That
a weird
nigga-
nigga in 2015. I'm not gonna hold you. 2015, I was a weird.
That's cringe. That's cringe.
Cat tits.
Is that cringe? Cat tits?
It's a little
I
crazy.
got-
I wouldn't even say that.
I
Nigga,
got
you
one right.
were walking through Frostburg, and that's what came into your
It's
mind.
raining cat titties.
Damn.
That's funny as shit.
Y'all are making me. I'm embarrassed right now. That was right after we dropped our first tape.
If he said that sim shit, Mitch. What?
Oh, come on.
Oh.
Cat tits.
Ooh.
What was
Um,
going through your mind when you said that?
Nigga, I don't know. 2015 and 2020 me is two different niggas, bro. All right. I got a couple. I got a
you
couple
the
more.
same animal.
Y'all can
I got
keep
a couple.
going. I'll be right back.
All right, cool. Quote. Cats turn into lions, just so you guys know.
Is that Slim?
I don't think that's me. I don't remember saying that.
That sounds a lot like Slim, doesn't it?
No, I think that's Izzy.
I didn't say that.
At Baby Gab Mitch.
Oh
Cats-
yeah, wait. That was my next guess.
Cats turn into lions, just so you guys know. And I tweeted that actually 1 month earlier than the cat tits tweet. So actually,
You had cats on the
Almost
brain,
literally.
bro.
Are you
I
scared
had
of cats?
cats. I like hoes though. And I wish Izzy was here for this last one, bro. I wish Izzy was here for this last one. Quote, I'd kick a cat 20 yards. End quote.
That was the rest of my conversation I was just having.
This nigga Slim has said
20-yard punt return.
I will kick a cat 20 yards, even, flat. Now, let me tell you something. Will I kick a cat? A straight one? Hell yeah. That's just what it is. Because cats be on that bullshit. One time I was out and somebody I was with, we just went to a baseball game. We standing like in DC and like near Navy Yard, if y'all ever been to the Nats stadium. And there's this stray cat that just comes up and like rubs themselves against their leg. And they look down and it's a fucking cat. Like how often have you just been out in public and a random cat is like rubbed against your ankle?
Not
It
in
never
public.
happens.
They like big ass rats. Fuck them cats.
In DC, them cats is rats. Like they're around. They're out there. You would think they would have less. Speaking of rats in DC, it's really nasty. They have an infestation of rats in DC. I remember me and Slim was out one night, like late as shit, like at 3 o'clock in the morning, and we heard like a bunch of rats like underneath a church or something. It was the like most like skin crawling thing I've ever heard in my life. It's disgusting.
I mean, that's how cats domesticated themselves. Did you know that?
What, by rats?
They figured out that humans, like, I guess how you like build structures or whatever, was like the perfect nest for like rats to like breed and shit, like underneath the old ass church or some shit. So the cats technically domesticated themselves, meaning they just started hanging out with humans because they knew that rats would be around the humans.
What the hell?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Solid food stores.
I don't know how we gonna get rid of the rat problem in DC, but we need to work on that. But yeah, so that was RG Bargy for this week. Thank you for rocking with us. And Def, I'm gonna let you go ahead and segue us into the next topic, bro.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, RG Bargy is like probably one of my favorite segments so far in Sitting on 22s because it's just so spontaneous. You never know what's gonna happen next. Like I had no idea that I had said that that one tweet that what did you say? I can't. The first one, I think. I had no idea, and apparently I
put the cat in the casket.
Yeah, put the cat in the casket.
No more than 3 years ago. That's so recent.
Hey,
is that like your play on putting the pussy in the coffin, so to speak?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. It was. It was my play. Shout out to my girlfriend.
Oh
damn!
No, I didn't mean it that way. I didn't mean it that way.
How'd you mean it?
I was saying like shout out to my girlfriend because you know
you didn't want to get in trouble. Yeah, I know.
Put it in the casket.
For sure. Listen, I don't even know. I don't even know if I don't think I. Yeah, I did know my girlfriend in 2017. That's when I met
So
her.
when did you and your shouts out to I'm just gonna have this quick disclaimer. Shouts out to everybody in this group because except for me, all the bros have girlfriends. Shouts out to Austin. He's about to he did the whole engagement thing. You know, we're getting real big boy in this motherfucker.
Weddings are expensive. Just sign the
Weddings
papers.
are very expensive, and shouts out to Austin because we're gonna be there for that wedding, of course.
I
Would
would
be a party.
photographing
I don't
it.
even know.
Would you say Austin? I mean, would you say Def?
I said I will be photographing the wedding.
That
Sure.
will be immaculate. And also, I don't know what we should do for Austin's bachelor party. Let's have a little mini talk real quick about Austin's bachelor party. If it was up to me, we go to Las Vegas. You dig what I'm saying? See what the hoes is talking about. But I know Austin's not about that.
Your
Now,
treat, right?
a retreat, a solid bro retreat. And it'd be solely for me. If this was like a real like a movie, like I'd be like the John Favreau from like Couples Retreat, and I'd be all about me. I'd be like, look, we're here for hoes, and if y'all niggas not here for the bitches, then I don't know why you're here. And I don't care about Austin having fun and enjoying his bachelor party because I'm trying to fuck something. And that would be me. So that's all I'm gonna say. So shouts out to Austin in the engagement, man. I'm real proud of you, and I cannot wait for that. Also, shouts out to Izzy and Noel rocking out. Shouts out to you two and Slim Use a bitch. So Izzy, I'm gonna let you go ahead on and take this out to the next segment, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like I was saying before, I don't even remember what I was saying before. But needless to say, we are going to go ahead and transition to our next segment of the night. Well, actually, before that, I actually just got a message on Instagram. There was a question submitted to us for the podcast.
What? The only question we got?
The only question
The
we
only
got.
question.
And if you listening right now want to submit a question for next week's episode, and if you're fast enough, hey, maybe tonight's episode, go on either my Instagram at Suttin Def. You can go on Sleaze Mob Instagram at Sleaze Mob or Twitter. And you can DM one of those accounts a question that we will answer live here on the Sittin on 22's podcast. But the question that we did get no more than 15 minutes ago from, and since this is the first question, I'll reveal who it is. This is from our good friend Brandy.
Shout out to Brandy.
Yes. So, and I believe she's watching right now. So definitely shouts out to her.
Awesome.
She asks the Sitting on 22s with the sleeves mob. She asks us, do y'all say salmon or salmon?
There's only one answer to this, guys. Okay.
There's only one answer.
There's only one fucking answer. Don't depend on your mood. Okay.
So
fuck with that, Austin.
It does not. No, I said it doesn't depend on your mood.
Oh.
Yeah, because I know you said it depends on my mood. No.
No, it's always salmon.
It's salmon.
Oh, see,
Y'all
oh,
niggas
those kind
Y'all
of
niggas is corny.
What the fuck is
I'm
salmon?
gonna say salmon when I feel like it, because you know why? I hate words that have like quiet letters in them. Like that is the corniest thing that we have in the American language. Like
What about lasagna?
that's stupid. It's lasagna.
You're
It's
stupid.
kalage.
Oh, see, nah. You know.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. To prove my point, I'm just saying it's stupid. Like, what is the other letters there for? If
Wait,
they're
so
silent?
you call bologna bologna?
I don't. But I'm just saying. Why wouldn't you?
Come on
Why
now.
wouldn't you do that? I mean, come on. Let's
Oh
be.
god!
Okay,
First of all,
first
videos
of all,
where he mispronounces all the shit. You see those like memes where they mispronounce like the toothpaste and like the
French
bologna.
avocado.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I can do.
Let me keep it a band with niggas, okay? If you're buying bologna in 2020, you are a broke nigga. I hate to break it to you, but if you're eating bologna, you's a broke nigga.
What if we source the bologna straight from Italy?
But I'm just saying, Austin. Look, let me get into this.
Hey,
If you're a
you
bologna,
can't call me broke if
nigga,
I brought like expensive bologna from Italy.
but
Come
you
on,
know
that's where
we
it
know
came.
what-
That's where
all right.
bologna started.
This
I mean,
nigga
yeah,
Austin be eating bologna.
I don't be eating bologna. That's
He be
no.
eating
But
imported-
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
If you got some, like, what if you had fine bologna, like it was cured meats from fucking Italy, like you wouldn't try that?
I
shit?
used to crush bologna sandwiches when I was a kid. So yeah.
If you're a bologna sandwich eating nigga, you're not a. I just bought a new Mac just because
You're
I
from
said I
World
felt
War
like
II.
doing it. You not a. I just bought a new Mac just because I felt like doing it, nigga. Fuck is you talking about? Niggas is not like me, huh? You niggas is not built like me.
I am
You bologna-
him.
I am him. You niggas don't even. You niggas, man. You niggas be on budgets, nigga. I ain't never. What's the word budget to me? Talking about, nigga. I went out and bought a Mac. Y'all niggas eating bologna sandwiches, corny ass niggas. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'm done with this. I'm about to get emotional because I did this. I'm a grown man.
Right. So Brandy also asks, she asks, we say data or data?
Now this one's different.
Data.
Data.
You can say both.
You say root or route?
Root.
I'm in root.
Route.
Both.
I hate route niggas.
You
I
can,
mean,
you can say both.
It's
I
root.
hate-
You're not like choosing to not say a
Route
letter.
niggas.
Salmon
It's
was
like
like you
root.
chose to say L.
All right, y'all say GIF or GIF?
I say
GIF.
GIF.
It's
GIF.
I hate GIF.
Three
I
one
hate
three.
GIF.
GIF. That's GIF is the peanut butter. That's the
Yes,
peanut
sir.
butter. You know what I'm saying?
Well, the creator did say it was pronounced GIF, but
I don't give a shit.
it doesn't matter. No, yeah. Like
That nigga can kick rocks, bro.
yeah, no, it's GIF. It's GIF.
I will beat that nigga's ass. Who said that? Steve Jobs? Oh, fuck Steve Jobs up.
Both of them. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh
fuck that nigga
man.
up.
Oh, Brain say both of them. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I say both of them. You know what's funny? Like back, I think probably in like 2016, I was writing a song or a verse for a song, and I said something about like my data always being data proof or something like that. And two niggas just left the podcast just
Right.
now. Like this is totally
going on?
irrelevant what I'm saying. They just totally just bailed on my story here, but that's cool.
Hey, I'm here,
Yeah.
buddy. It's okay.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
I was saying, and if anybody would remember this, it would probably be Austin because I'm pretty sure he was the one there when I said it. But I was recording a track. It was called Red Gyarados. It was a freestyle. I recorded it with you, Austin, and I said a line. I was like, something. My data is always data proof, or my dad is always data proof, or something like that. And yeah, that kind of reminded me of that. Brandy saying that right there. So
I feel like the only time I would say data is if I was like do an impression of David Fizdale. Take that for data.
I feel like the only time I say data is if I'm like talking to someone at work trying to sound smart or some shit. Like, yeah, is that in the data or some shit? I don't know.
Is that in the data?
The data.
Really?
Bro. I would probably. I think I always say data. Data's yeah.
Data is just more casual.
More cash. You know, I feel like if I say data, I'm trying too hard.
Right.
Yeah, right. You got to think about it before you say it.
Niggas got dads, nigga. Dada, nigga. We ain't never had fathers. Fuck out of here. I don't even know how to pronounce dad. Nigga, dad. Fuck out of here. It's like, no, actually, I love my dad. If my dad ever saw that, he'd probably be mortified. He moved to Florida. That nigga, shout out
Why are you putting his business out there? You say he lives in Florida.
Mortified.
I mean, come on, bro. Mordecai. So let me tell you.
Right, yeah. What?
Yeah.
Tell us something. No, Mitch, tell us something.
I'm just gonna reiterate. As another grown man, don't you ever call me on FaceTime and try and do the whole heart-to-heart thing. You dig what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I know where you from. I know about you. We grew up together. Don't ever do no corny shit like that to me, nigga. I'm a grown man. You talk to me like regular. You feel what I'm saying? I don't do all that corny shit. Don't hit me up talking about baby girl got locked up. I don't know about baby girl. I don't know about baby girl. So the only baby girl I know about is my baby girl. You dig what I'm saying? And baby girl from Brianna from Bernie Mac. so if it's not them, don't talk to me about it. If baby girl from Bernie Mac ain't gone to jail and my girlfriend ain't gone to jail, don't you ever hit me up talking about some baby girl went to jail. That toilet, hey, and you better not be playing in my toilet because my mama will beat your ass and definitely let you go ahead on and take it from here, cuz.
And if you don't agree with that, pull your skirt down. Now,
pull your skirt down, you bitch ass nigga.
Listen, next topic. This one right here was one of my favorite ones from this week. What show or movie would you like to be in? So think about it this way. If there was like your favorite movie and your favorite actor in that movie, and you just felt like they had the time of their life in that movie, what actor would you love to be? Like, what character would you love to be in that movie? For me, there's probably two options, right? And I guess I'll kick this one off. It's either one, Jordan Belfort in The Wolf of Wall Street. I know it ended tragically.
Jurassic Park, Gibby, shut the fuck up.
But I would have did Jurassic Park. That is funny shit. But listen,
I knew you were gonna say fucking Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street, bro, was having a blast, bro. Listen, bro, I can't even get into the things that he was doing, but he was just living his best life. So of course, yeah, I would want to be a part of that. The second one, which is a little bit more relevant to me right now. I don't know if anybody watching this right now has ever seen the show Dave on FX, produced by Lil Dicky. If there was a TV show that I would want to be a part of or I would want to be in, I would want to replace Dave in that show because listen, he was an up and coming rapper. So he was doing what he loved to do. He was already popping. He was at the point where like he was going viral, getting like 1 million views on like freestyles and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So like he was in the sweet spot, what I like to call it. Like you're not famous just yet, but like you've got enough clout to like whatever you do, the next thing you do, you could pop off of it, you know, and that's kind of like the sweet spot. He was meeting celebrities. He met Justin Bieber, Gunna, Young Thug in the show. If you haven't watched the show, go watch it. It's amazing. It's a great show. It's a great show.
Hey, one of y'all niggas give me your Hulu password, bro.
I got you, bro. But yeah,
I'm serious. Nah. You do the Hollywood shit. I know you niggas be doing the Hollywood shit.
No,
Hey,
listen. All you gotta do is hit my phone, and I got you.
You can watch that on YouTube TV, Mitch.
what, Dave?
Yeah, that's what I've seen.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, good look. Hey, y'all my niggas, bro. Y'all my niggas. She said somebody suck me. What's going on in the live comments right now?
That's from Dave. That's from Dave. That's from Dave.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, okay, now.
Yeah.
Slow your roll.
Hey, bro. Yeah, but like those are my two TV shows or movies that I would want to be a part of. So we're gonna go in order here.
She
So
said, "Relax." Damn, that is humbling.
cold.
Go ahead. Let's go in order. Let's go in order.
Mitch do need to relax.
We'll go in order. All right, go ahead, bro.
It's my show. It's our show. This the bro show. Let's spit it free real quick, Slim. Go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
see.
All
Yo,
right,
you know, niggas get hot when you start saying let's spit it free. They get nervous. niggas get nervous when you say that. Go ahead, Austin. My bad.
I think I would choose Limitless because he figured out a way to like basically synthesize that drug and utilize it so you wouldn't die or go crazy or whatever.
Like NZT.
But he did go crazy though.
I'm
didn't
buying prop. Nah, not at the end, right?
Shout out to Bradley Cooper. He's a
Yeah.
great actor, by the way.
Yeah, that way he's a really good actor. But no, like I would try to use that to full advantage. I'm making investments. I'm buying stocks. I'm diversifying my bonds. I'm doing all that.
he?
Yes, sir.
And then we're relaxing on a beach somewhere where no one knows about.
And that is how we want to all live, I think. But as naked with some Europeans. And let me tell you something. If it's me, I got a couple of them. The first one, I want to be Michael Scott from The Office, obviously, because I already feel like I am him, but like a black young version of him. And he like how it ended up, like the nigga ended up like leaving with like his soulmate to like do nothing. So like, shouts out to him. I want to be like him. I want to be like Martin from Martin, of course. Slim was probably gonna say that. I hope not. But Martin, that's my nigga. I want to, have my bros. Like Martin had his niggas. Like his niggas had keys to his apartment. Like if I ever like grow up and like have my own apartment, I want Sleazema to have keys to my apartment and just pull up on me or be in my house, like looking in my refrigerator, and I pull up like, nigga, what is you doing in my refrigerator? You I want to live like that. Like I want to live that close. Like I want to have that rapport with my niggas, because that's kind of like how he was in college, anyways. But like my niggas. And I'd want to be Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy, because when I look at him,
That's cool. Yeah, I like that.
see myself, bro. Like, you feel me? Like he had his fun. He had his old school jams playing.
That's that as you, bro. Now that I think about it, that's you.
Star-Lord is the man, bro. So I want to be just like Star-Lord. So yeah, that's my 3 if I had to be in something.
I mean, the Martin was a really good one. I should have said Martin now that I think about it. But I was gonna say fucking Frank Lucas in American Gangster. Like he's just the man. That's $30,000 alpaca. You blocked that
That's
shit.
30,000. You blocked that. Hey,
Come
so
on
me
now.
and you had a conversation about that not that long ago when we was like Frank Lucas from American Gangster and Frank from Snowfall.
Yes,
Two of
bro.
the oldest Franks in history, bro.
Two iconic characters though, Denzel and the nigga. I don't know the young nigga's name.
I don't know his name neither, but shouts out to him because he's a great actor, actually.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Snowfall, I know we're getting off a little off topic real quick, but one of my favorite scenes is when Leon. Y'all gotta watch that because you seen Snowfall?
Nah.
You gotta watch that, James. It's on Hulu actually, so you should watch that. But one of my favorite scenes is when Leon was talking to Frank through the jail cell. Like they was like talking to each other through the fiberglass or whatever. And that nigga Leon was like, because Franklin was getting his ass beat in jail. Then nigga Leon, because he had been in jail a couple of times, he was like, the next nigga to look at you wrong, you beat the fuck out of him. And he was like super serious. He was like, nah, you beat your fucking ass. You look at your face. Like he was so serious. Like, nah, bro. Like,
Bro, it was some great scenes in that fucking show. Like when he was like, I built this shit brick by brick. I forgot what else he said.
Yeah. Nah. Great scene. And the last scene I'm gonna talk about that show is Frank. Frank was like, he walked outside the ice cream truck, man, came through his neighborhood, and he wasn't trying to get the kids no ice cream or nothing. And Franklin walked out there. He was like, look, from now on, when you come down my block, you get these motherfucking kids some ice cream. And he threw money in that nigga. He was like, yeah, you do that. And then he just walked away, like on some real, like, cool Mo D, like real cool ass nigga type shit. Like, I want to be like him too. But yeah.
That do sound hard, not gonna lie.
Yeah, bro. You gotta watch it, bro.
Shit. Speaking of shows that y'all should watch, I don't know. Have y'all seen Ozark?
Yeah,
No.
that shit is
I
good.
haven't watched enough of it. No.
Shit is
Ozark
good, bro.
great, bro. Like you talk about just a compelling show with just great acting, a great storyline, and just like against all odds. First of all, Jason Bateman is one of my favorite actors.
Mhm.
Like he has taken his place. He's stamped his spot, made his mark in my mind as one of the best actors. Like he's so nonchalant. Everybody knows I'm a nonchalant kind of guy. Cat's out the bag. You know, I'm a
Put the cat in the
you know,
casket.
right. Yeah, put the cat in the casket. Like I relate to Jason Bateman's like his
Put the
tone.
pussy in the casket.
Yeah, exactly. Put the pussy on
Cat
the
on
chain,
live.
like,
I'll give
all
you
that.
$1,000.
Exactly.
Sir.
I just love Jason Bateman, bro, as an actor. I loved him in Ozark. I loved him in Zootopia. So you know, he's just
Nah,
awesome.
he's a great actor. Have you ever
He's
seen
great.
old show on Netflix? What is that called? It was almost like a Larry David production.
Oh, Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's hilarious in that
That's
joint.
good too.
But Ozark is good as shit too. That's like money laundering 101, bro. Like
money laundering. Yes.
Yep.
And you know it's funny because like one of the important characters,
come on now.
right?
Look at this ugly ass nigga, Doug. I'm
Who?
sorry.
Wait, go back. What is that?
Who was that?
That was Doug, ugly ass nigga.
That was Doug?
Nigga.
No, it wasn't.
That was Doug. It was
Yeah.
Doug.
That didn't look like Doug. I didn't see him.
We gotta get. Hold on, I'm gonna get him. We gotta get Doug ugly ass on here one day. Look at this ugly ass nigga. He like, yeah, I got it. He like, yeah, I got a beard. You know, niggas who got beards.
It looks like Redman.
Niggas who got beards. They always like, yeah, I got a beard. Look at me.
That shit, bro. Come on,
Corny
dog.
ass
Don't do
nigga.
that. Don't do that,
Nah,
bro.
he corny as the fuck, nigga. Shouts out to Doug.
Does he not look like Redman? Like a little bit from that picture?
He do look like Redman. That nigga look like man. Shout out to Doug though, bro. You my nigga, bro. We gotta get Doug on here.
We definitely gonna get Doug on the podcast. We're gonna get Doug on the podcast. We're gonna get Telly on the podcast. We're gonna get Ben on the podcast. We're gonna get Gib on the podcast.
Yes.
All those guys. You know what I'm saying? So expect that coming soon. But just to finish up what I was saying, Jason Bateman is an awesome actor. If you haven't watched Ozark yet, go ahead and watch that because that is an amazing Netflix original. Probably in my top 5 Netflix originals, which is another conversation for another episode of Sitting on 22s with the Sleaze Mob. But
Stranger Things.
yeah, Stranger Things, maybe.
No.
Top 5, top 6, top 7. It's probably top 7, honestly. Number 7.
Tomatoes, huh?
Potatoes. So going on from that, I think we have our guy Austin, aka the_Shire_man. A little bit of something to talk about tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and give him the floor.
Yeah, I think it's something I talked with Mitch about before. It just, I guess I want to like state a few things and then kind of like get your guys' thought on it, like what you think about it, what you've heard about it.
Okay.
First off, like anybody who's still listening, like do your research. I'm in no way an expert on anything really. Do your research. I don't want anybody getting hurt for sure. Like do your research, ask some questions, and then maybe do it. But you'll see what I'm talking about. So basically, I think mental health is way more talked about like in 2020 than it was 10, 20 years ago. And I guess more specifically, the use of psilocybin mushrooms to help treat depression. But it's like not in the way you would really think. Like I think most people when you hear them say like, oh yeah, like you can take some magic mushrooms to help you with your depression. Like what, I'm trying to do drugs. Like it's a fine line of what like constitutes a toxin versus not being toxic. It's like basically the amount of that substance. Like a lower amount is not a toxin, but a higher amount is a toxin. So it's like, I don't know, the perception around it can be weird, but like I'll basically share the story that like helped kind of make me think differently about it. And it was a test done on mice, but basically these tests kind of help fuel the discussion for well-named people or well-named universities like Johns Hopkins, wherever. I think Yale, maybe Stanford. I could be wrong, but I know that there's like top-notch schools researching these kind of things. But basically, it's like microdosing more specifically. So what they did is they took these group of scientists took a batch of 20 mice, right?
Yeah.
And they said, okay, we're going to basically administer a tone, like a sound. So they hear the sound, and then exactly 40 seconds later, they then get shocked. It like hurts them. They do it enough to where the mice now know that if they hear the tone, it means something bad is about to happen. Like they freak the fuck out, right? So they all can associate that negative experience or trauma, if you will, to that tone, right? So they already make that association. Then they divided them into groups of 10. And the first group of 10, they gave what's called a hero's dose of psilocybin. So like if a human per se was to take like 5 grams of mushrooms, which is a lot, you are going to trip your ass off and maybe have a great time. I don't know, reinvent yourself.
But like,
or have a bad time. You're teetering a fine edge. And like I said, do your research first. But they would basically gave the equivalent of a hero's dose to those mice, and they tripped their asses off, whatever. And then they took the mice and they said, okay, how long is it going to take for them to dissociate the tone with a negative experience, with that negative experience? So like, how long is it going to take them to forget that was a negative experience with, like, you know, after being exposed to a hero's dose, right? So it took them 10 times to realize that they weren't going to get shocked. They would do the tone, they would freak out, run around all over the place, and then nothing would happen. But it took 10 times for them to stop freaking out. Okay, then they took the other group of mice, that was 10, and they said, okay, we're going to give you a microdose. So that's like the equivalent of a human taking 1/10 of a gram. It's super small. You could grind it up in a powder, throw it in your coffee, and you don't feel anything. You don't like trip balls. You don't see anything. You don't get high. You don't get disoriented. And it only took them 2 times to dissociate the tone from a negative experience. So they're basically judging like the fact that like microdosing could have like, I don't know, different properties to it than like tripping your ass off, and like actually improve your mood, like help, you know, get you more active, like just feel better about yourself. Like, so I want to get your guys' thoughts. Have you guys heard anything about that kind of thing? Like treating depression, or like basically a feel good, like no consequence kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I've taken shrooms like a few times, but not like in like a microdose sense. I've just taken it to have a good time, like just to enjoy myself and not even see some shit. I haven't taken like a hero's dose like you were talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to fucking geek out basically. And I'm a big fan of mushrooms, but I know some people have had some terrible times on mushrooms. Like they've just sworn off mushrooms after they've taken it like a few times. But you know, I have heard a little bit about what you're talking about, the microdose stuff, and like there's like elixirs and stuff like that, stuff you can put in water. They got coffee, they got like all this type of stuff, and like I don't know. I mean, I fuck with the idea. I really want to try it. I want to try it out. I want to get like that shit you basically put it in a water bottle and just shake it up, and it's like fucking the lion's mane stuff.
Yeah, lion's mane is good for your brain. I did read that like lion's mane, it can like help prevent like dementia and Alzheimer's, those things that affect the brain. But if you like stop using it, then like the effects start to wear off. So it's kind of like you need to like continually consume, but you know, still.
But I mean, also on the other side, like I have a friend who like did love mushrooms, and he would just take them like probably like an eighth like every day type shit. And like now he's just saying he has like no fucking, what is it, dopamine? Like he just is kind of just like fucking
emotionless.
Like he just doesn't give a fuck. He's just apathetic about everything, I guess.
I mean, I think like that's a huge thing with like all things. Like if you were to lump like alcohol, cigarettes, marijuana, like hallucinogenic drugs, addictive drugs, you know, you're playing with fire, but like moderation is key, like with all those things. And like, cause there's people who can't put down the bottle sometimes. I had a friend in high school, his dad is like a construction worker, and I remember going to his house, like offering him a beer because he was letting us drink at his house. He's like, nah, he's like, I put the sauce down years ago, like I can't go back. So like, yeah, people could definitely abuse it in that sense, and then like you just burn out your fucking brain of like that crazy experience. Everything else is gonna seem dull,
right?
You know. Mitch, I'd like to get your thoughts too. I know you have talked briefly about that kind of thing.
Yeah, man. I just want to know. Now, this man to man right here, Austin.
All right.
Mano y mano. Okay, me and you.
Oh,
now.
Oh God.
If if I was to come out the clear blue,
Mhm.
right, and ask you for $5 through Cash App, would you send it to me?
I'd say, why do you need $5?
What, bro?
What if I was like, I need
I'd say, what do you need the $5 for, and why don't you have $5?
What if you had this long drawn out explanation as to why he
What if-
needed?
You got a
$5?
Mitsubishi now. You're you know.
I do not
you're
have a
driving
Mitsubishi. Stop telling the people that. I do not have a Mitsubishi, you bitch. No, if I was to come out the clear blue, we was just chilling one day, and I was like, Austin, I need you to Cash App me $5 right now.
And I would say, what is the $5 for?
A bus ticket
Why do you need a bus ticket?
because I just got kicked out by my girlfriend
Why did you get kicked out by your girlfriend?
because she's a bitch.
Why did you think she was acting like a bitch?
Because I shouldn't have never got with her in the first place.
What did you
And then-
do?
I hit her up off of Twitter, and we met each other, and we started dating.
Yeah, you're wild.
I'd sit you down. If this
You're
is the
wildin'.
first time, I'd say I'd sit you down. We'd have a talk. I'd get you bus tickets. If that was the case.
Okay.
But then we'd have a talk. And if it happens again, I'd say
I mean,
I'm not made out of bus tickets, motherfucker. Why do you keep doing this shit? You gotta learn.
Because I keep getting kicked out by my girlfriend.
Okay, no more girlfriends.
It's the same one.
No.
You can't respect the love that we have.
Not after that shit. No.
Respect the love.
There's
Bruh,
no respect on the
It's
on
just
that.
it's just
Absolutely
$5. It's just $5, my nigga.
Oh, you got a job though.
I would think to myself, why don't
What
you
if
not
I
have a
didn't
job?
have a job? What if I didn't have a job? What if I?
I'd say,
if
what
I
are you
was-
doing?
What if I was one of those guys? I'm like, I want to create generational wealth, so I'm gonna open up a liquor store. You know what I'm saying?
That's your job. You have it. That's income.
But I'm talking about like future plans. Like, obviously, I can't do it right now because I don't have
I
any
see.
money. If I'm asking you for $5, like how does that? You know, you see what I'm doing?
Was the
Now-
liquor store a ploy?
Oh, now I'm the dickhead. Now you see how everybody just looked at me? Like,
Was the liquor store the
you
ploy?
Stop it! No,
No,
man.
let him
fuck
go. Let him go. Go
that.
ahead, Mitch.
that. I'm talking.
Go ahead.
You said go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as a man, let me tell you something. One thing I'm not going to do, and I respect people who are in tough situations and shit, but one thing I'm not going to do as a man is ask people for money and then turn around and talk shit about them after they give me money. But anyways, in terms of the mushrooms,
Or
Would
turn
you-
around and call niggas broke on the timeline.
call niggas broke and all that wild shit and talk about you in the public eye. If we grown, be grown.
You know what? Just quick sidebar. I feel like this whole as a man thing is like a whole new segment.
Yeah, it's completely different. You know? It had a whole different intention.
As a man, it's just certain
Yeah,
shit you don't
exactly.
do.
But about the
As-
shrooms,
About the shrooms. You know where I stand on that. I can't get too into that. But do what you do. Sounds fun to me. When this is over, you know where to find me and to call me, and we can micro or macro. I don't care what we do.
No, but like in a
Nigga
serious
burnt.
sense, to like actually like affect your mood. Like if you woke up and you had a cup of coffee and it had like a little bit of that in there, and like it started your day out.
Which
And
is
it make
completely
you-
legal.
it
You
made
can
you-
order
it
that
made you-
in the mail.
Yeah, it made you feel
Yeah.
great, like, but not like high or anything. Like you just felt great, like ready to like attack the day, so to speak.
I mean, what type of person would I be if I was like, I don't like feeling great? You know, like,
Well, like, do you feel like you would want to like boost your mood sometimes? Like, you know?
I'm a naturally giddy person. I mean, you guys know me.
Well, yeah, but like everybody has their moments, you know? Like,
yeah. I mean, there's days where I can use
phases
pick me
if
up.
you
So
want.
I mean, of course
Yeah.
I would. Of course,
Yeah.
Hey, if there's
Like-
something that's gonna make me feel even more,
like reset
know-
your mental, reset your stress, you know?
yeah, of course.
Well,
Hey,
I mean,
you know, go ahead, Def.
yeah, I mean, I was just gonna say, like, everybody has like, I'm not gonna say everybody, but there's some people out there who don't have good days most of their days,
Yeah.
and who need something that can kind of pick them up. You know, like I've been around people who have been depressed or even like bipolar, or you know, they go through things where they just feel down all the time, and some days they just don't want to do anything. A pick me up like that could be very beneficial to somebody like that. So I'm not opposed to, necessarily having something like that out there. I think that it would definitely need to be something that would be like prescribed to people who need something like that. But, I'm not opposed to that. And I think that in the year 2020, we are moving more towards like these drugs that do have, of course, like if you're getting them off the street and you're just doing them continuously, they're going to have a negative effect on you. But if you do them the right way and in moderation, everything in moderation and after research, like Austin said, can be good for you. So for those people, I think that, it definitely is beneficial. And, I don't have any problem with people, utilizing that sort of thing as long as it's helping them for things that they feel like they can't help without.
Yeah, my big thing about that was just really intrigued me is that there's like no side effects really. Like you like it's natural in one sense. Like there's not much going into it. Like it's a pretty simple process. Like, and then also there's all the like the traditional method is synthesized synthesized heroin, like these like pain pills and shit. Like
Yeah.
like that way. Like it's all chemicals and shit. Like people don't find out about it until 30 years later when everybody's getting cancer who took the drug, like I don't know.
When you say
Nigga, I'm
synthesized
taking
heroin,
Tylenol. Yeah, I'm taking Tylenol before I take the heroin, nigga.
No, like I'm talking
The
about
people-
like the bad like pain drug, like fucking the strong shit you can get, the pain
like oxycodone.
yeah, like shit like that.
Shit
Yeah,
like that.
I'll take
Get you
oxy
hooked.
before I take heroin, nigga. If it's
Yeah.
called heroin, I ain't taking nothing called heroin.
No, but like that's the
Nah.
gateway I'm saying.
Oh, oxy.
Like or like yeah, those kind of pain meds. Because heroin is way cheaper and it gets you 10 times as higher. And if you're addicted, it's simple math.
Oxy. Shouts out to Oxymoron and
Schoolboy Q.
because you made me who I am today. Now let me tell you something. If we could talk about something real quick, just as bros, because we're bros here. Because I know we're running over a little bit, but you know what? It's just like church. Church runs over all the time. This is our church for the week. So we could talk about times that we've gone out sad. I don't know if you want me to take the lead on this, Slim, or if you want me to go first.
Ahead.
If you want me to go first,
Go
I think you
ahead.
should go first. Okay, I'm gonna go first. All right, so we're talking about times we've gone out sad, and Austin doesn't have too many times that he can recollect. So I got some shit from me and him. So
All right.
So one time when I was a freshman, I was like 17, probably going on 18. I knew Slim at this point. I didn't know Def and Austin at this time. 2013. I used to walk with this girl to class every day. She was on the basketball team and at Frostburg, and I thought that we had a great connection. I thought that she was digging me. I was digging her. You know what I'm saying? We lived in the same dorm. We had each other's phone numbers. I would text her, on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Like, hey, we going to class today? She'd be like, yeah. I'd be like, all right, cool. So her birthday came around, and I believe it was in September. It was probably like late September, and I was young, and I was like, okay, her birthday is coming around. Awesome. So I tell my niggas, let's go to Food Lion. I tell my niggas, let's go to Food Lion, and I'm gonna get a cake for her, and I'm gonna get one of them custom cakes. I ain't gonna just get one of them like them regular
Custom
cakes.
cake?
Simp,
You never bought a custom
Come on,
cake.
bro.
This nigga's
Come
a
on,
pro
young.
simp.
Hey, come on, young. So this is what
Talking
happened.
about
Sim.
silver,
What'd it say on it? What'd it say?
silver badge pillow
What'd it say
talk.
on it?
Look at this
He's
nigga,
a
bro.
bitch. He's a bitch. This is what I got. I said,
Hall of
happy
Fame pillow
birthday.
talker.
I said, because I would text her with a bunch of like extra vowels, like at the end of her name, because she had vowels at the. I'm not gonna put her out there. Shouts out to her though. That's my home. Not
Extra
really,
vowels.
but she had an extra vowel at the end of her name, and I would like put a bunch of them extra vowels at the end of her name. So I told them, hey, when y'all write this cake out and y'all put the die on here and all that shit, y'all put a bunch of vowels at the end of her shit. Happy birthday, da 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 da, with a bunch of vowels.
Redacted.
We picked it up. Yeah, redacted. Definitely redacted. Redacted. She probably remembers this. If she ever sees this, she'll know exactly who it is. But she'll know exactly who she is. And let me tell you something, you're foul. So there's that. That's all I'm gonna say. So she's foul. She's foul. I took her the cake to her dorm room. She took the cake and then closed the door right in my face. And I thought we was gonna like chill. I thought she was gonna offer some of the cake to me. Never saw the cake again. Never saw her again.
Crush. That drink is crush.
Young. I've never had my dreams and passions smashed in front of me in such a manner that I would be like hurt.
Rush.
You know, like I was like, oh my God. And like my niggas like, oh yeah, fuck these bitches. Nah. And let me tell you something. You're the reason I am the way I am now. So shout out to you. You curved me after I thought we had a good time and I went out sad. I dropped like 20, maybe 25. And that's a lot of money in college years. So shout out to you. And that's how I went out the saddest. I went out the saddest that day. So Slim, take it away from me.
Man, the most going out saddest moment of my life, most embarrassing moment of my life, bro. I'm about to paint a picture, guys. All right, so it's freshman year, right? And it's like around finals time, freshman year of college, that is. It's around finals time. I knew Mitch. Me and Izzy knew of each other. We wasn't really as cool as we are now. Austin was a figment of whatever, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know Austin. But so yeah, I think Mitch was probably there the whole time with me, bro. I'm like stressing out the whole day. I'm like stressing out, and I'm like, bro, I gotta write a paper. So I go and cop some Adderall, right? I go and cop some Adderall, stay up. I stayed up probably like 2 days straight. You know what I'm saying? Didn't eat much. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't drinking much. And so me and my niggas like, it's like Sunday at this point, and Lane don't open till like 5 o'clock, right? So me and my niggas, we're like, okay, let's go to Lane. You know what I'm saying? We got to wait. Niggas was broke, bro. Niggas. Mind you, I was off the Adderall, so I didn't have much of an appetite. So, bro, we're like, all right, fuck it. We're gonna go to Lane, 5 o'clock. Boom. Me and my niggas. We get to Lane. We're like, okay, I think I'm gonna fuck with the salad today. I'm in a salad kind of mood today. You know what I'm saying? Lane had the grilled chicken at the time.
Oh no! I
Lane had the grilled chicken salad at the time, right? So I'm like, yeah, bro. I get to the line. I'm like, yeah. I want the grilled chicken, and then I completely blank. I don't even know. I forgot what the fuck I was even doing right there for a second. And then she's like, what kind of lettuce? And I'm like, and I said, I don't even know what the fuck I said. I didn't say no lettuce though. It was not lettuce. And she picked one for me apparently. I don't know. And then I'm like, cool. So I get to the end of the line. I don't know what the fuck is on my salad, bro. And then I just like, you know how in cartoons when you start to see stars.
Oh, I remember. Whoa, wait.
So I start to see stars, bro, and then my vision just goes black, and then I don't even know. I guess like 30 seconds later, bro, I wake up and I'm on the floor, and this nigga's like all above me. I'm like, bro,
what?
Nigga, I passed out in Lane, bro. That shit was the most embarrassing moment. Then niggas took me on the side of the fucking. I had like an EMT like asking me questions like, what are you on? I'm like, dog, I'm just trying to go home, bro.
We was big fried. We was big fried, right?
Fried.
And this nigga, you ain't tell the story like you should have told it. Now let me tell you something. I posted a picture of you laughing because you was laughing that day. That was the same day. That was the same day. You was laughing hard as shit that day. And he was joking around, parlaying or whatever. This nigga, like, I'm like ordering my salad. He behind me, like you said, he got his shit before me. And I hear people like making a commotion behind me. And this nigga Slim is like locking his legs. Like this nigga, he's like doing like he's like this. Like Like he locking his legs, like looking like bobbing and weaving side to side, and this nigga pass out, right? And he on the floor. So I get over him. I'm like, Slim, get up. Is you okay, nigga? Get up. You know, I'm like, nigga, wake up. You know? I'm like, nigga, you can't die like this right here in front of everybody. This nigga's on the floor, fool. I'm like, nigga, come on, bro. But this nigga passed out and he was looking weak. But you know, we all have stories like that where we passed out somewhere. So I can't even blame you. At the time, I was like, nigga, you bugging.
Bro,
but you don't know what passing out is like until you actually do it. And I passed out a couple of times. The stars and all that. I know what you're talking about. It's not a good feeling, fool. Sometimes you throw up and it's bad. But I feel what you're saying.
Super sad.
Yeah, we went out sad, but
great time. Hey, that's some shit you never forget in life. Like
never forget it. And you fell out in front of everybody. So shouts out to you. That grooms you as a human being, bro.
Man.
And I mean, you know, you all good. I mean, you look kind of weird right now with your hair and the beard. You need to shave your beard.
I got the quarantine look going on.
You know, we all rocking that. But I'm gonna let you know right now. I just want to ask y'all, man. What kind of guy are you, man? I just want to get to know y'all niggas a little bit deeper because we've been friends for 7 years, like I said in episode 2. But I feel like I don't know y'all niggas enough, bro. So I'm gonna kick it off with Def. Def, what kind of guy are you, man? Let the masses know what kind of guy you are.
Well, you know what kind of guy I am. I'm a boneless wings at the bar kind of guy. That's what kind of guy I am. And you want to know why?
At the bar.
Here's the reason why. At the bar specifically. And let me tell you why.
Okay.
So boneless wings at the bar are very, very convenient, right? So I can take a fork, right? If I want to. And it doesn't make me a hoe because I'm using a fork because it is a utensil to eat food.
It does make you a hoe.
No, it doesn't. You're a hoe for thinking like that.
Okay,
so
whatever.
Look,
float your boat, bro.
So listen, if I'm drinking a beer or if I have some sort of drink or even if it's water, you know, I don't want to be touching the glass of my drink with like wing sauce fingers, you know? Now my drink is all like, you know, sauced up. And then I go back to my wings. I take some of those, and then I go back to my drink, and I'm touching more sauce that I put on there from the last time, and it's just not a good time. Because guess what? Guess what I'm doing when I'm at the bar eating wings? I'm probably watching some sort of sporting event, and if I'm doing that, I don't want to be having to focus on my food like I would have to do if I'm eating bone-in wings, right? So if I'm eating bone-in wings, I have to, you know, precisely bite exactly where I think I'm gonna get the most bang for my buck, or bang for my bite, if you will.
Totally,
you know what I mean?
You on that, Izzy.
You feel me? So I would rather have those because it's all chicken. It's all chicken, and it's at the bar. You know,
I don't care if I'm at the bar.
Bro, at home it's fine. I can eat bone-in wings. I love the taste of bone-in wings. I love the taste of boneless wings. You know, but if I'm at the bar, I prioritize convenience, and that's just me, and that's what kind of guy I am.
Okay, Wingstop has better fucking boneless.
Bone-in.
No, Wingstop bone-in wings are like this big. Boneless wings are like that.
It don't matter. Have you had the jerk, the Caribbean jerk, nigga? I mean, come on, bro. With the seasoning on it, it's a dry rub. I'm not gonna talk to y'all about this right now. Maybe have wing talk on the next episode. But Slim, what kind of guy are you, bro?
I'm a spawn in Warzone and get shot out the sky kind of guy. Niggas always looking for me, bro. Like, can I land, dog? Like, nah.
Shout out Warzone. Season 4 on the way.
Season 4 should be here soon, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's in like a week or so.
All right,
I bet in a few days.
All right, bet it. Austin, what kind of guy are you, bro?
I'm gonna keep it food related with Izzy, but I'm gonna put some hot sauce, some Tabasco on the fried oyster po' boy kind of guy.
Fried oyster po' boy. I've never had that right before.
I had to think about that.
Ooh, it's a Louisiana thing.
I haven't had oysters in a while. That sounds like good.
Fried shrimp. I'm telling you, fried shrimp or fried oysters, like on French bread. It's got to be French bread. That's what makes it a po' boy.
You got to hit NOLA.
Mayo, let's.
We do got to hit NOLA. I was trying to tell you that. I was trying to tell you that, Slim, but you was like, "Oh, let's go to Miami."
Yeah, bro, I do want to go to Miami.
When everything open, and we try and go to Miami, It's gonna be a dirt fest, but I'm down to go to Miami. I'm down with that. So that's just what that is. But me myself, baby Gap, I'm a I'm one of them. Um, my niggas ask me for some game, so I give them. I act like I'm the nigga with game, but whole T, I ain't got no game type kind of guy. You dig what I'm saying? I'm a while we doing this podcast, my mom go bust in here and embarrass me kind of guy. I'm more of a now that I think about it, I'm more of a I'm a text you every hour on the hour just to let you know I'm not too interested in you, but you pick up on the signs kind of guy. Like I'm a I'm one of them guys like you pick up on my vibes. You dig what I'm saying? But now that I think about it, what kind of guy I really am is I'm a nigga that who talks about something and then turn around and really do it in real life. Because you know why? I went out and got a MacBook, and y'all niggas can see me clear as day, nigga. So this is what it is. It's fuck you, Doug. It's fuck you, Dan. Because I was like, I'm recording through a potato, but y'all niggas ain't got the money to go out and get your own Macs. Because you know why? You're not a nigga like me, and I'm a kind of guy that's gonna keep it real all day long, 24/7. It's Baby Gab Mitch, aka Smokey Gaucho, aka Mitch is Strange, aka Nephew Conrad, and I can con you, but you can't Conrad. And I'm gonna let my nigga Def take it away for us.
Yeah. Like he said, that is Mitch. I am Sutton Def, aka Izzy. If and only if you know me in person. Don't call me that if you don't know me in person. AKA Malvo Witherspoon, AKA they used to what did they used to say? Jimmy bitches? That's what they used
Jimmy
to
bitches,
say.
Jimmy
They used to say that. They used to
Jimmy
say
bitches.
that. That's been retired, you know.
That's put the cat in the casket.
That's
Put
put
the
the cat in the
The
casket.
cat has been put in the casket on that one.
That's Mr. Put the Cat in the Casket, aka
A past life for sure. But yeah, Slim.
It's your boy Slim Jenkins, aka Lord Broadus, Grandpa Giles, and Pablo Espresso Bar.
And it's Austin, aka Shire, aka I don't say no more names at the end of the podcast.
All right.
It's two
And
names. That's it.
you have been sitting on 22s with the Sleeves Mob for the last hour and 46 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. We thank you guys for watching this episode. If you've made it this far to the episode,
love.
if you watched the whole thing, much love. We love and appreciate you. We hope that you come back for episode 4 next Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, right? Yesterday is Wednesday.
yes, sir.
Next Wednesday. So also another thing, if you do want to submit us a question for the next episode, you can either email us at sleazemob7@gmail.com, 2 DM us on Instagram or Twitter at sleazemob, or 3 you can either just DM any of the guys you see here on this panel here at Sutton Def, at @the_Shire_man, at Lord Broadus, at Baby Gab Mitch. Any of us, if you have a question for any of us, please feel free to DM us. We will answer it live here, sitting on 22s each and every Wednesday. So come back next week. We have a good one for you guys next week as well. Don't even know what we're going to talk about, but look, we're getting better and better every single episode.
Better and better.
So we'll catch you on the next one.
And we appreciate y'all for rocking out with us.
Absolutely.
Sleaze Mob. Rest in peace to Baby Burns. Love 22. You dig what I'm saying?
Integrity.
Sleaze Mob. You dig what I'm saying? Sitting on 22s.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to go ahead and play this outro.
Yes, sir.
This is a podcast brought to you by Love 22. That's it. Sitting on 22. Oh, Sitting on
Yeah.
Feel seduced.
Hey,
This
look,
is
and
the
you can use when you DM, you can DM Baby Gat Mitch at Baby Gat Mitch directly, and you can just use that as a ploy. But we really know what you want. Okay, shouts out to. It's like, no, we love y'all, man. Y'all be safe, and y'all stay safe out here in this pandemic. We love y'all. Mwah.
Yeah, bye. Yeah, bye. Love you long time. Shit we did, I'll never tell. Bye.